My subscribers have been asking me the most to make this exact video, and that day has finally come. Today I'll show you how to set up local network multiplayer for retro consoles, including the R36S. Anyone will be able to play the same game together with a friend or even a neighbor on two separate consoles. First, we'll need two devices with internet access. This can be any console with a built-in Wi-Fi adapter, for example MioFlip R36XX, iNeo Pocket Air Mini, Mengmi AirX, or even your smartphone with or without a gamepad. In my case, I'm using my iPhone 15. It can be a console, a smartphone, or even a laptop. And if your console doesn't have a built-in Wi-Fi adapter like the R36S or G350, you'll need a USB Wi-Fi adapter. It costs just a couple of bucks on AliExpress, and I already talked about it in a separate video. The second requirement is RetroArch, which is usually used by default for retro games on many consoles, including my favorite R36S. Also, don't forget that you and your partner must both have the exact same ROM file of the game you're going to play. On top of that, the game must run on the same core on both devices. RetroArch has a special feature for local multiplayer called NetPlay. It doesn't require any complicated setup, and you can start playing together very quickly. The main thing is that both devices are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Also, in the NetPlay description, it says that your router should support UPnP port forwarding. Make sure this option is enabled on your router. So, to connect the R36S to the internet, I plug the Wi-Fi adapter into the OTG port. After that, I go to the Options section and scroll down to Wi-Fi. I enter it and select Connect to the new Wi-Fi connection. Here I choose my network and then enter the password to connect successfully. Now we can exit the network settings. If you go to the main menu, you'll see that the Wi-Fi status is now up. Let's launch a game and set up the connection between two consoles. My second device is the iNeo Pocket Air Mini. This console runs Android, which is nice for variety in this example. By the way, I already have a review on this console on my channel, and as of today is the best mid-budget console with an official price under $100. The link to the review is in the description box. After launching the game, I open the RetroArch menu. To do that, press the FN and X buttons at the same time. Then press B to go to the main menu and find the NetPlay section. Now go to Host and select Start NetPlay Host. Next, on the second console, I launch RetroArch. In the main menu, I also find NetPlay. At the very bottom, select Refresh NetPlay LAN list. A local server appears below. I connect to it. As you can see, the game automatically launched on the second console since it's already in my library. The input delay is minimal, which is more than enough for comfortable gameplay in NES or Famicom level games. Unfortunately, the R36S paired with this Wi-Fi adapter produces an unpleasant noise like this. Playing with this sound isn't very enjoyable, so for this video and for further tests, I'll use another console, the G350. It has ArkOS firmware installed, and the setup process is exactly the same as on the R36S. By the way, I showed how to install ArkOS on the R36S in a separate video. I'll also leave a link to it in the description box. As you can see, the latency here is exactly the same as on the R36S. Playing together is very comfortable and fun. And before we continue, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. It's super important for promoting both the video and the channel. The more likes, views and subscribers we get, the more videos I'll be able to make and share with you, and the more fun and interesting the content will become. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon so you won't miss any new videos. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can hit the hype button. It helps push the video to new audiences and brings even more people into our community. Thanks a ton for your support. Let's continue. Now let's try Sega Mega Drive level games. I launched the game on the G350. To open the RetroArch menu, press Select and X at the same time, then press B to go to the main menu. I select NetPlay, then Host and start NetPlay host. Now let's connect the second console to the game. In the NetPlay section, I press Refresh NetPlay LAN list and try to connect. As you can see, I get an error saying that the required game isn't found in RetroArch's list. So I need to launch the game manually from the storage folder. Luckily, I know exactly where this game file is located.
A few moments later.
After a short search, I found the game and launched it. Now I go back to the RetroArch menu and try to connect to the network game again. Done. But there's one major downside to all of this: the huge input lag. The game slows down badly on both consoles. This is most likely due to the weak processor in the G350, although the cheap Wi-Fi adapter might also be part of the problem. It looks like playing something more demanding on two RK3326 based consoles just won't be comfortable. For comparison, I launched NetPlay host on the Air Mini and the experience immediately became much better. The latency is minimal, and both consoles display exactly the same image. By the way, here are a few examples of how NetPlay works. We tested several games and recorded some gameplay. And here is a very telling example. When we try to use NetPlay with PlayStation games, the delay becomes very noticeable and extremely uncomfortable to play with, even if the NetPlay host is running on the Air Mini. The game slows down heavily and the FPS is very unstable, but even with just the NES library, you can still have a lot of fun playing with friends. Remember, you can use NetPlay together on almost any consoles, even the R36S or the G350. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I wish you pleasant nostalgia and successful completion of your favorite games.